Hey everybody, welcome back to Traditions Homestead. Well, it's been kind of a nasty day today. Raining and drizzling, but you know what? There's some good news. It finally stopped. So, because of that, even though it's getting later in the day, it's time to get some work done outside.
We have something to accomplish over the next couple days. We need to wean our calves, our beef calves that we are going to be taking to the sale barn. We need to wean them for at least 45 days, maybe up to 60 days before we can take them to the sale barn to make sure that everybody is healthy and gets rid of missing their mamas by that time. That whole project takes a couple of days because we need to move cows from one place to another and then separate the calves from their mamas and keep them in a separate place. We're starting that whole process today and we're going to bring you along.
Right. The first thing that we need to do is we need to move our dairy cows and our bull. Let's walk over by them to start with, and we're going to explain to you kind of why they're all together at the moment.
You guys, we've talked with you on a number of occasions that we have been trying to get our dairy cow Rose bred through AI, and we've had quite a time. She actually hasn't taken. We have been working on it, you guys, for over a year. We really wanted her to take with the AI because we were using sexed Jersey semen, and then we could sell her heifer calves as registered Jersey heifer. And they're you know, quite expensive, and it would be a great thing for us to have part of our business plan. But like I said, it's been a long time, and last week our daughter Samantha noticed that she came into heat again. And we have been saying, Kevin and I have been saying to each other that if she doesn't get pregnant by AI soon, we're just going to put our bull in there. And so last week was kind of the last straw. She was in standing heat, and so we let our bull over and he bred her, and hopefully it sticks. So that's why he's in the dairy pasture right now. We also have a dairy heifer that has not been bred at all, and we've decided to just allow Tex to breed her also so that we can just get this over with and have our dairy cow and heifer bred so that we can start getting milk again. This isn't the best timing for breeding them, because if they get bred right now, that means they will be calving at the beginning or middle of September. That's a hot time of year. It's not the best timing, but the bottom line is we just need to get them bred. So that was the long version of the story of why Tex is in with our dairy cow and dairy heifer. So you guys, we need to bring our beef herd up here to this pasture so that we can move them into the barn lot and sort out the calves. In order to do that, we need these guys to move to a different pasture, and we need to let the beef herd up in here. So right now, well, first we're gonna go check and make sure that the fencing is fine in the pasture where we're gonna be moving these guys to, and then we're gonna move them across our driveway to another pasture.
The herd of cows, the dairy cows and Tex, are gonna move over into this paddock over here. This is our driveway right here, our properties on both sides here. So right now they're over here. We're going to move them over to here, which means they need to cross the driveway. We need to go in here. It's been a little while since any of the cattle have been over here, so we just need to make sure that none of the fencing is broken or anything before we move them. What normally happens is that deer run through this paddock and they hit the electric fence and they get it tangled into the barbed wire, and then it shorts out the electric fence. So that's really the main thing we look for. The way our fencing works in this setup is that we have barbed wire, and some of our barbed wire fencing is on the old side. This actually right here is pretty good, but some of it's getting a little bit old. So we also run a strand of electric fence on the inside so that it's just another layer of protection to keep the cattle in. This isn't on right now, I hope. Nope, it's not. So we're just going to drive around and make sure that this isn't tangled into the barbed wire anywhere. Like I said, what happens is deer will jump, and when they jump, they hit that electric and it goes up like this, and then it shorts out on the barbed wire. So we're going to jump on the UTV, drive one time around, make sure everything looks okay, and then we'll get ready to start moving the cattle from one side of the driveway to the other. So we found a spot almost exactly like what I thought we would find. See where the deer have jumped, they've hit this, and it's actually shoved across here onto the other side of the fence. All we have to do is that. All right, we're about half done. We'll go check out the rest of the fence. Well, found another spot. This is why it's always important to check fences before you just move animals back. You can see here, looks like in one of the recent windstorms, some old branches broke off and landed on the electric fence. So throw those off. It's actually getting a little loose too, so we may have to tighten it when we get to the corner a little bit, although it kind of fluctuates. The tightness of this braided electric rope, it kind of fluctuates with the weather, so as it warms and cools it gets tighter and looser. So I don't know, we'll probably tighten it a little bit, but it doesn't have to be too much. All right, we're almost done. Let's keep checking. All right, I think we will add just a little bit more tension to this. Basically all I'm going to do is here at the corners, I'm just going to pull on this until it's tight and wrap it around this corner post. It doesn't have to be super tight. This isn't like high tensile rope or high tensile wire where it's like, you know, like a guitar string. You just want it so it's not hanging and drooping onto the ground. Probably do the same thing a couple times to this other piece going in the other direction too. That way it's good and tight. We want this to be pretty secure because the dairy cows have actually never been in this paddock before. So they may be a little more likely to want to test the boundaries a little bit. But I think this is going to give them a good barrier to stay away from the actual fence. All right, I think we're ready to move them. Let's get going. We're about ready to move Tex and the dairy cows across the driveway. I want to show you guys our setup. It is probably one of the fanciest setups that you'll ever see for moving cattle. It involves blocking the driveway off with the UTV on one side, this old gate that we keep wired up here for only this purpose, because this gate's all broken, but we keep it wired right here so that when we need to move cattle, we can just bring it up here. We lean it like this. We've never really had any try to get through it. Sometimes if it's windy or something, we'll wire it over on this end, but I don't think we're going to today. Then I have to slide through like this because now I blocked myself out. On this side, we just use this gate that opens up here, and then this gate will actually open up on this side and it'll give them a path to come through. Typically they move pretty easily. Tex is usually the one that doesn't like to move. Tex is very good at his job of being a bull, but he's not, let's say, the smartest guy in the world. He probably wouldn't pass an IQ test if you gave him one. So he usually, there's only two things on Tex's mind: breeding with the cows and eating. So we're going to give them some cubes to help them move across the driveway. All right. You guys ready to move?
Come on, girls.
Come on. Here we go.
Go on. Go on, babe. Go on. Go on. Go on. Well, Tex is the only one interested in the pellets. Everybody else is interested in exploring because they haven't been over here. Well, our steer was over here for a while, but he hasn't been over here in a long time. But Babe up here, she's exploring. Rose is way over there on the other side of that pond exploring already. Look at her, look at Rose just running. She's just running. Like, where am I at? There goes Babe. Oh, there's new hay over here too. Look at Rose. Where am I? She's excited. Where are you at, girl? Where are you at, huh? Is this exciting? Hey, is this exciting, girl? Oh! Well, the beef herd of cows, they hear us and they're getting loud. They're actually way over there behind the red barn, behind our milking barn. So we have a little bit of changing around to do on the fencing in our dairy pasture, and then we'll let them through. I know they're anxious to go somewhere new. It won't be hard to get them over here at all.
So we're in kind of what we call our front pasture. This is about, I think, 5 or 6 acres maybe, this pasture. And we've got it divided down the middle with 3 strands of electric fence. So we've got like 2 3-acre paddocks. We only want the cattle today to be in this paddock over here that I'm standing in right now. So we need to open 2 gates in order to let them up into this area. We've got this designed so that the electric part of this fence can kind of steer them in the right direction. So from this pole here over to here, this is like one big long gate basically. It's also a big muddy mess right now. So you can see here we've got gate handles, and I do have this electric fence off because it's been raining all day. I didn't want to get zapped on a wet day, so we can detach these here. And this is a gate right here, just a cattle panel gate. So what we can do is we can move all of these, and we can hook them on the barbed wire over here. If I can get them straightened out again. All right, like that. So we can hook these there, and that way when we open that gate, the cattle won't come this way, they'll just go right to the paddock where we want them to go. And they know what this electric fence is, so they're not even going to test it. So we're going to open this gate here. They're not here right now, so I'm going to call them, and I think they're going to be pretty motivated to move because today should have been a day that we gave them a new bale of hay over in this area, and we didn't give it to them this morning. So they know they're going to come over here and get something good to eat. Come on, cows! Come on, cows! Here they come. Come on, cows! Let's go! Come on! Well, it looks like only one is coming so far. This is the cow we've named Cindy. We call her Cindy because Sarah used to always call her Mottled Face, And I said, well, if she's got a model face, we'll have to call her Cindy, like Cindy Crawford. So her name is Cindy now. Come on, cows! Cindy Crawford probably wouldn't be very happy knowing she has a cow named after her. Hi, Cindy. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Come on, cows!
Come on. Go on. Go on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's everybody. Hi, Fanny.
Last time we talked to you guys about our beef herd, I told you about the youngest little heifer calf that we have. She's right there. She's got her butt to us, but she's so cute. I was telling you guys that I wanted just the perfect little sweet name for her. You guys gave me lots of amazing suggestions, but I did pick one. We have named her Sweet Pea. She'll be a permanent part of our herd. She'll grow up here, have calves here, hopefully produce lots of beautiful calves for us. But look at her, isn't she the sweetest thing ever? She has the sweetest little face. So you guys, we've named her Sweet Pea. Just totally perfect for her.
Okay, that's what we need to do with the cattle for today. We're gonna let these guys kind of mellow out up here for at least 24 hours. Then we'll move these guys one more time into what we call our barn lot. And from there, we'll kind of kick the moms and the heifer calves back out, and the 3 bull calves that we're going to be separating or weaning will stay in the barn lot. So we'll do that in about 24 hours or so. We'll bring you guys back along for that part of it. It's been a few days since we filmed the first part of this video where we moved all of the cattle. We couldn't finish it because, well, it rained for the last few days. So today we're going to finally move them up to the barn lot and then separate out those calves. I've got some cattle cubes, so we're going to use that to call all of the mamas and calves up to the barn lot. They've eaten all of the hay that was out in the lot where we moved them the other day, so they're excited to get something to eat. So we're going to call them up with these cubes. Then we'll take a bale of hay back out there, hopefully to entice the moms to come back out, and we should be able to separate the calves by doing that. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is call them up and get these cubes. Come on, cows! Come on, cows! Come on! Come on, cows! Is that everyone?
Yes, that's everybody.
All right, everybody's up here now, so we're gonna let them just eat their cubes. And once they settle down a little bit, then we'll take a bale of hay out to the field to try to entice the moms to come back out. But we'll try to keep those 3 bull calves up here in the barn lot. now that we gave them that new bale of hay, everybody is pretty motivated to get back out into the pasture and eat the hay. So this is the perfect time to try to sort them. There are 3 bull calves that we're going to try to keep in the barn lot. So hopefully we can do that effectively. We'll see how it goes. Right now, a lot of the cows are coming. Let's let them out.
Yep. I'm not going to open this very wide, though.
No, because you're going to have to stay there to...
Yeah. Go on. Go on. Go on. There's a bull calf coming up.
Yep.
Come on, pork chop. All right, all the cows are out, sweet peas out.
We just have number 9 left to go.
Okay. There you go, there you go. You keep them back there if you can. Go on. Go on. Go on. There we go. We got them all.
All right. Be a noisy night. Well, that was a success. We got everybody moved back out of the barn lot except for the 3 bull calves that we wanted to keep up here. So they'll be living up here with the silkies for the next little while. We'll probably try to wean them for about 6 weeks before we take them to the livestock auction. That's usually about a good amount of time to have them weaned, so we make sure they're healthy and they're eating good on their own. They're no longer dependent on their mom for milk, and I think it's going to be a success. So you guys, thanks for spending a few days with us here, moving cattle around, separating these guys out, getting them ready to go off and make some money for the homestead. We're sure glad that you spent time with us. Hey, if you're enjoying our videos and you like the lifestyle that we're living, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up. And as always, remember that the absolute best way that you can help us is by sharing our videos on all of your social media. Until next time, thank you so much for stopping by our homestead. Take care and God bless.